Welcome to week 4 of NFL Picks. My name is Nate Blackston. This is Brandon Lewis, and we are here to discuss with you NFL picks for week 4. And Brandon, well, I'm not picking very good. How are you holding up?
Ugh. I am 19
Uh,
and 29 currently.
19. I might be smidge bit better than that. Just a little bit better.
The only thing that's saving
19.
me so far is I'm weighting games a little bit better than average, or I'd
Oh,
be taking it completely in the shorts.
man. Well, we know that you're not in the Ben Harper anymore.
No,
So
no.
this is a
Four-way
failure.
parlay got me last week.
Yeah. I'm still in Ben Harper, but I can't seem to make any traction. I'm hovering right around that 100,000 number. I lost 20, gained 10, lost 5, gained 15.
What I'd
Um,
give.
I can't make any progress up. Knowing that you're the expert, I should probably get some advice from you on how to make this thing jump. But so far, whatever we've talked about has not worked for me. So,
We need these teams to cooperate.
yeah, yeah. The
When when
NFL's
when we're getting closing line value, the teams need to go out there and then perform. Like that's these early season deals where nobody's quite sure what's going on is just so risky.
I was convinced last week that we were going to start seeing some leveling off, and then you see Jaden Daniels just come in and make Joe Burrow look bad.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not. I say Joe Burrow. Cincinnati as a whole took that one on
Yeah.
the chin. It's not Joe Burrow's fault. The
No,
quarterbacks take the blame.
it's whoever's hairdresser is that really goofed the thing.
Yeah, his hairdresser's amazing. If I saw some dang video clip of him going in and they called him Ellen DeGeneres, and I'm like, man,
We had that vest on that was ridiculous.
in those pants, he's got to come up with something better. I mean, I get style and statements, but you're an NFL quarterback, man. Come on in and dress the part for God's sake.
Yeah, him and Carlos Martinez must be using the same fashion designer.
That's a high possibility. Speaking of NFL quarterbacks, last week we talked about the Red Rider Andy Dalton jumping over and taking over Carolina. He kind of showed up.
Yeah. I did what he needed to do,
Was that more
you know.
Carolina confidence in their quarterback, or was that the Raiders are just not very good?
No, I think the Raiders are who we rated them to be. The end of that game, Antonio Pierce is definitely right. Those guys were making some business decisions, which, if you're on the team, is problematic. But like once you're down by 30, I've got I've got thoughts as a person that doesn't get hit by other grown men for a living. That like we're not closing this gap. Like I get it. We want to go. We're the Raiders. Let's go out there and bite people's heads off. But like I think, we'll see a bounce back this week. It's just fine. I think, the Raiders will come back and they'll be who they are. And, if Miles Garrett's feet don't work, then they'll probably end up winning the game. It's fine. And Carolina is gonna have the opportunity for, you know, Dalton to do his thing again. If he's consistent, um, and Burrow doesn't figure out how to put this team on his back, uh, they're gonna take themselves another L.
Speaking of quarterbacks putting their team on the back, how about Josh Allen? Man, he showed up.
Yes, that is. I mean, he's got to be the MVP favorite at this point. Like I
He
haven't,
has to
I
be,
don't,
right?
I don't do that prop betting, but like he's got to be the guy. I
Yeah.
don't know anybody else that's been that outstanding so
Yeah.
far.
Well, we knew Buffalo was going to be okay, and actually, I think a lot of people kind of thought they might be off a little bit. And is this an addition by subtraction? Right? Remove Steph Diggs, the potential noisemaker in his ear, and all of a sudden he is free to distribute the ball as he sees fit, and he is the leader of the team and can kind of get into a flow where he's not having to force the ball to Diggs.
Yeah, I mean, I that was my call. I get it. Wide receivers are finicky guys, it's a crazy position to play. It's like being a closer in MLB or something like that. Like you have to just do wild stuff and just forget the last route and go out there and do it again. But once you can see the guy just pouting for games in a row, for me, you find another guy, bring him in, let him get on the same page with your elite quarterback, and then keep the game plan going.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And you bring up something fun, right? Those receivers are a little bit of a different breed. We could run down every single team, and the elite ones, they have a little bit of a uniqueness to them. They remind
Yeah.
me of left-handed pitchers. I tell my daughter she cannot date left-handed pitchers because they're just odd. They just, they
Yes.
get in your head, they get in everybody else's head. They can't throw a strike. So I always told Danielle, my daughter, I said, "Hey, no left-handed pitchers for you. Pitchers in
That's
general are probably somebody we shouldn't date, but lefties, mm-mm."
very, very odd set of people for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, we have our games for this week. Some good ones to talk about, really. Minnesota goes to Green Bay after their victory over Houston. And Green Bay has Malik Willis looking like the quarterback Tennessee hoped he would be, and Will Levis is not. And so we've got a great matchup at Lambeau Field. What do you think about this one?
I think that Love doesn't come back and Willis has to play again, and the Brian Flores defense that just put Stroud in a washing machine for 4 hours last weekend does the same thing to Willis. I'm on Minnesota. If Love plays, I don't know what I'm going to do with this game, but right now, I think it's a smokescreen, and I think Sam goes out there and plays fine against Green Bay's good defense and gets the cover.
Yeah, I think you bring up a really good point there. That's where I sit on this one. Um, I think Green Bay at the beginning of the year, I was all over Love, saying, "Hey, he's going to be a potential MVP. He's going to be the guy that leads the Packers." And what I've seen is that the Packers are actually a really good team. So without Love, they're winning ball games. With him, they're going to win ball games. And so I'm actually excited to see this test to tell me how far Green Bay is going to go in the NFC because how they cover, um, Sam Darnold and his receivers of Jetta and Addison out there running around is really going to be interesting. And can they get the pressure on him? That's really going to be key, in my opinion, because if the Green Bay defense does what we think they can do and their running game maintains, they're going to be dangerous. And so I'm playing my cards on the defense and the running game of Green Bay being able to control it in that environment. So we'll see. That's where I
I
kind
think
of
it's a
come out on it.
reasonable. I think it's a reasonable pick.
Yeah, Minnesota could come out and beat them by 30, but through 3 weeks, I'm banking on what I've seen.
Yeah, yeah. If whoever goes out there and plays quarterback for Green Bay is calm and collected and deals with
Sure,
Minnesota's strange defense, then they've got the defense to mess with Darnold.
absolutely, absolutely. It's gonna be fun to game. That's gonna be a good game to watch. So
Oh, without a doubt.
um, the Washington Arizona one, we threw this one up because these are two teams we normally wouldn't talk about. But Washington really kind of came on Monday night and did some things with their rookie quarterback uh, to make Cincinnati look kind of silly early on. Now, Cincinnati rallied towards the end there. But I look at this, and as a Dallas Cowboy disciple, I'm very disappointed that my arch enemy, the Redskins, have a great young mobile quarterback and my ex defensive coordinator, who is the heart and soul of the Dallas defense, who no longer exists. And while we're talking about the Dallas defense, if you notice, they can't stop a runny nose right now because their heart and soul is over on the Washington Commanders. That being said, Kyler Murray and his circus show comes to town. What are you thinking here?
I'm gonna lay the points. I hate laying 3.5. It pains me inside knowing that the teams will just walk away with a 3-point win and be happy about it. But I think that in dueling bad defenses, that Kyler probably does it in the dome. They probably get off to a fast start, and all you need is, Daniels to trip up once or twice, and then you have a Arizona Rams situation from 2 weeks ago where now you're playing catch up,
Yeah.
and Kyler just keeps throwing darts. So we'll, that's where my head's going.
Yeah. Absolutely. I can see it. I can see that. The hook is what put me on Washington. Give Dan Quinn a hook, and he's usually pretty good.
Sure.
Arizona may win this, but I think it's by a field goal or less. So that's where I landed on the Washington. Last game that we are going to talk about: Buffalo, Baltimore. Technically, probably two of the three best teams in the AFC. Though the Ravens' record doesn't really indicate it. They've been in a slugfest with the best, and have came in and kind of mutilated Dallas, which I'm beginning to think that's no big deal. And then Buffalo, right, who we think is something all of a sudden. So, what are your thoughts here?
I think I think that Baltimore's run game ends up getting it done. I think they get that push up the middle, and I think that Baltimore's interior defense gets the push on Allen and allows them to slip away. The thing that gives me heartburn is obviously they can't close games. I don't know. I don't know what to call that. I don't know why it's not working, but they have some sort of voodoo issue where they can't close a game out. But, getting on the right side of the three just tells me, I mean, they can't blow every lead they have. So I'm
Oh, they
going, I'm hoping not. So I'm on Baltimore's side of it.
I want to introduce you to Mike McCarthy. Uh,
Sure.
if you guys can't notice, I'm on the Dallas D train right now, down
Yeah.
down in the ditch. So I'm on Buffalo until somebody stops Josh Allen from throwing the ball all over the field. He's doing right now what I thought the Dolphins would do. He's slinging it. He's running it. They've got a running game that's solid. I mean, if you think about Miami and what they've got with their receivers and with Tua before he was hurt and Achan, this Dolphins team should be doing what Buffalo's doing, but Buffalo's actually doing it, and it's going to make them difficult. Give me any points with undefeated Josh Allen.
Yeah. That's the difference between Josh Allen and Tua
Yeah,
right there.
yeah. Well, that and maybe his head's still attached.
What for sure.
That's week 4, guys. I'm Nate. He's Brandon. Good luck in your picks.
Good luck, guys.